It is now clear to us that cyclohexane can be present in different conformations. Now we've made models, we've made Darling models for cyclohexane, and now we appreciate that cyclohexane can exist in chair conformations and also in boat. And of course, not only chair and boat, there are other conformations for cyclohexane, but they are less important. And between a chair conformation and a boat conformation, the chair is more important because it is more stable. A chair conformation has less torsional and steric strain relative to the boat. Let's go back to the models again. So these are the models that we have constructed before, and this is a chair conformation, for example, of a cyclohexane. Remember, the bones which are shown in the same color are parallel with each other. So this bone is parallel with that bone. This bone is parallel with that one. This bone in green is parallel with that one. The ones in blue are axial bones. So there are 3 of them actually axially up, 3 of them axially down. The ones in red are actually equatorial bones. And if you look again, if you count them, there are 6 axial bones, 3 of them up, 3 of them down, and there are 6 carbon-hydrogen equatorial bones. Now this is one chair. We can go to the other chair through an intermediate bond or a transient boat, if you like. So we can take this carbon, which is slightly pointing down, we can take it up, and if we take it up, we arrive at a boat. And if we take the bond or the carbon atom, which was up, now down, if we take it down, then we arrive at the other chair. So we can go from one chair to another through a boat. So this again, one chair to a boat, we get another. And then from this chair to a boat, and then we get another. This is called ring flip. These are flippable, if you like, conformations of cyclohexane. You can interconvert one of them into the other by simply rotating bonds like that. Okay. Now, what's important here is that, again, to remember that whatever bond is axial, like in this chair conformation, for example, the axial bonds which are shown in red become equatorial now, and the axial bonds which are shown in blue, they become equatorial now. So we go from one chair to a boat to another, and whatever axial bond we have in one chair, they must become equatorial in the other, and vice versa. Let's try to draw them on the whiteboard for us to acquire that skill, if you like, of drawing proper cyclohexanes, of course, and also for us to understand the drawing better. So we begin with 2 bonds which are parallel with each other. You draw 2 lines basically which are parallel with each other, and then you draw another line like that which should be parallel with the other one. Again, this line should be parallel with that line. This line should be parallel with that line, and then we connect like this. Okay. So this line again should be parallel with that one. This bond should be parallel with that bond. This bond should be parallel with that bond, and that bond should be parallel with that bond. So this is, of course, a chair conformation of cyclohexane. It's called a chair because it looks like a chair. So it's something like that. Yeah. So this is like a chair now. Just imagine this is a chair. Okay. This is like the seating area, if you like, of a chair. Okay. And this is the higher area. That's the lower part of it. Now we can interconvert a chair into a boat transiently, and then we go from that boat to the other chair as we showed using Darling models. Now to get to the other chair, we have to take this carbon which is now up, we have to take this down. Okay, and of course that carbon has to be taken up, so we flip. This is called a flip, so ring flip, but of course through the intermediate boat. So if you initially put this down Okay, so we get something like this. So this is an intermediate boat, and if we continue to do the ring flip, then we get something like that. And of course, the direction of these bones, okay, will be inverted, if you like, in the other chair. Okay, so this is the other chair. Okay, so remember this carbon has been taken up. So if we number these carbons actually now, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Clearly this is 1. This is 2. Obviously they don't change positions, remember. Okay, they don't, of course, carbons stay in the same locations. They don't change positions. Only this carbon, they are just only flipped either down or up. Okay, these carbon number 1 and carbon number 4. So this is still 1, obviously. That's 2. Okay, that's 3. That's 4, 5, and 6. So carbon 1 was down in this chair. It should be up now in the other. Carbon 4, for example, is up now in this chair. It should be down in the other. So this is a boat conformation, and this is the other chair conformation. And remember, whatever bond was axial should become equatorial in the other chair. So from one chair to another chair, we go through a boat conformation. And of course, remember the chair conformation is actually more stable because it has less strain, less energy, if you like, as a result, of course, and therefore it is more stable. So there are 3 important conformations in general of cyclohexane, chair and boat. Of course, there are other conformations of cyclohexane, but they are less important. We can go from one chair to another chair through an intermediate boat. The chair conformation is more important than a boat conformation of cyclohexane.